sir. First of all, we're going to start with an invocation by Reverend J.J. Thompson of Alternative Ministries over in Ward 2, followed by the Pledge of Allegiance, and I'm asking Vice President Parkinson to lead that. Let's all stand.
First of all, just a moment, I just want to say as we go into prayer, thank God for each of you. We were at Jackson First Church here at Baptist this morning with Mission, Mississippi. And I just want you to know I'm not the only one praying for you guys. Our prayer this morning request was for the city. And being a lifelong Jacksonian, I want to say 3 words. I'm, first of all, honored, I'm humbled, but more importantly, I'm hopeful. If you would bow our heads and let us pray. Gracious Father, we come this evening just to tell you thank you. Thank you for the opportunity to gather to do the people's business. We thank you, God, for each individual here, and we thank you for this great city. And we ask that you will be the invited guest, not at just this council meeting, but from now on. We thank you for our mayor in his absence. We truly thank you for our police chief and all of these that are essential workers in this city. But God, my prayer today, God, that you would touch the hearts of this council. We thank you for Brother Foote. We thank you for Ms. Clay today. We thank you for Mr. Stokes. We thank you for Mr. Hartley. We thank you for Mr. Gazelle and Ms. Thomas and Mr. Parkinson. And God, our desire again, as we said, we are hopeful, God, that you will allow us to come together in this city, that you will be with us from the foot of Highland Colony through Burton Addition to the edge of Byram to the foothold of Eastover and Fondren and all the parts to Clinton, that this city, God, will live up, Lord, to that it is, and that you will allow this council, God, to lay aside everything for the people business, that they will come together, and we as Jacksonians, God, will come together, clergy, business, and lay people, that this city, I believe, and the hope is that if we pray and believe that you are with us, there's nothing we can accomplish. So we decree today, God, for the city of Jackson, that you'll lead and guide us with wisdom and you'll allow us to cross all differences for the better of the city. This is our prayer for this meeting and beyond. In Jesus' name, amen.
Good afternoon, colleagues. Are there any introductions, colleagues? No. Okay.
Mr. President, you have one of the greatest minds to ever lead this city here with us tonight, Mayor Kane Ditto. Mayor Ditto, raise your hand.
Where you at?
Hey.
Okay. Good to see you,
And
sir.
his lovely wife.
Okay. Excellent. Okay, we have a change to the order. We're going to go ahead and do our resolutions first. First resolution is going to be item 56. Go ahead. I'm going to go down and present.
Resolution of the City Council of Jackson, Mississippi, celebrating Mr. David Hartman, illustrious Chief Meteorologist of 16 WAPT upon his retirement. Whereas the City Council of Jackson, Mississippi, in highest tradition, accords richest commendations to persons who provide for the safety, welfare, and protection of its citizens. Hailing from the state of Pennsylvania in 1983, Mr. David Hartman graduated from Pennsylvania State University in 1983 with a degree in meteorology. The career of Mr. Hartman began in Columbia, South Carolina at station WOLO. It continued at WSPA, Spartanburg, South Carolina. 16 WAPT welcomed him to the state of Mississippi as chief meteorologist in 1986. And whereas the citations for Mr. David Hartman are numerous, several recognitions as Mississippi Best Meteorologist by AP and Mississippi Broadcasters Association 2006. Regional Emmy for Katrina coverage in collaboration with 16 WAPT News Team 2010. The Edward Morrow Award for the Yazoo City Tornado in collaboration with 16 WAPT News Team. Emmy nomination 1995 for the Severe Weather Special, A Matter of Seconds, a program focused on improving public knowledge and awareness of tornado safety. Enrichment into Mississippi Broadcasters Hall of Fame, Lifetime Achievement, Mississippi Associations of Broadcasters 2020 through 2026, award by Weather Rate for the most accurate weather forecast for the Jackson area. And whereas for 40 years, we have welcomed Mr. Harmon into our homes as an integral part of our families as he covered many severe storms, tornadoes, hurricanes, snow and ice events, sharing life-saving data for Jackson, Central Mississippi. And whereas we stand with his wife, Mrs. Diane Harmon, children Allison, Andrew, and Audrey, names derived from storms, grandchildren Sydney and Peyton, 16 WAPT family, extended family and friends, in tribute to Mr. David Hartman, an outstanding meteorologist. Now therefore be it resolved that Councilman Kenneth I. Stokes and his council colleagues do hereby highly esteem and honor Mr. David Hartman, an illustrious meteorologist, upon his retirement. Many happy wishes for an abundant life, done this 28th day of July 2026.
Thank you. Let's give it up. As all members, please, Mr. Tavis, all the members of the council will come forward. Mr. Tavis, would you come forward also? But you understand, everybody needs to say something. This is, you know, in the mayor's absence, we'll start off, if you don't mind, letting the CEO make the first words.
Thank you, Councilman Stokes. I think you should have said the first words. David Hartman, I had hair when you started telling the weather. I had thick brown hair. I was a student at Tougaloo when you started. It seems hard to believe that you're retiring and where we are, but we have come to trust you for 4 decades. It's hard to believe you've come to the end of this part of your public service. But on behalf of the city of Jackson, all the elected officials, the appointed officials, Mayor Horn, the other mayors I have served, thank you for taking care of all of us. Your presence, your face, your voice has always been a safety net and a place of peace for all of us, regardless of the storm. Well earned, sir. Congratulations.
I just want to say congratulations.
You do important work and you do it very well. We thank you.
Enjoy your retirement.
Very well deserved. I remember growing up seeing our meteorologist, actually in South Carolina. Yeah, and you know, it's an inspiration. Some folks look at you from day to day to day, and they get used to it, and you've been a calm in the storm, and we certainly appreciate it and everything you do, and much blessings to you and your family.
I'll always think of you when the storm clouds gather.
Tom, on behalf of the city of Jackson, we would like to present you this resolution, tell you thank you for working so hard to make this city a great city. Ask you to say some words of encouragement to us all and introduce your family.
All right, thank you very much. Thank you, Councilman Stokes, for the invitation and the entire city council. I have my wife, Diane, daughter, Allison, daughter-in-law, Libby's back there. She's filming it. They were very smart to move this up so they could get this on the 6 o'clock news tonight. Very, very smart, good publicity. I can't believe 40 years has passed, and we've had a lot of bad storms, tornadoes, hurricanes. We had all the people from New Orleans come up during Katrina, the ice storm, the worst ice storm this city has ever seen, just about 5 years ago, kind of crippled the whole city and everything. I'm the luckiest person in the world because I'm doing what I wanted to do since I was a little kid. Tell people about the weather. And I wanted to tell it like it is, with no hype, and try to be as accurate as I can. Nobody would beat me up more than myself if I wasn't right, but it has been my pleasure. We're not going anywhere. We're still going to be in the area, so if you see me, ask me what the weather is. Say hello, because I'm going to keep up with the weather. It has been fun, and, you know, you all remember Cal Adams? I know some of you remember Cal Adams. He was the nicest man when I came here in 1986. Always made fun of me of being a Yankee coming down into the deep South. But here you have this young man from Pennsylvania who's a full-fledged Mississippian. I married a Southern girl. All my children are Mississippians. We love the area. I can just say thank you. It has been one heck of a ride. Thank you. Get a picture. Get a quick picture. I thought I might get a special hat.
Okay, thank you very much. And we certainly appreciate Reverend Thompson with the Alternative Ministries for the invocation, and Mr. Parkinson. Next, we're going to move item 55 as well up. That's another resolution.
Resolution honoring the life, legacy, and distinguished service of Dr. James Clinton Smith, MD, MPH. Whereas the City Council of the City of Jackson, Mississippi recognizes the importance of honoring individuals whose lives of service have made a lasting and meaningful impact on the citizens of Jackson, the state of Mississippi, and beyond. And whereas Dr. James Clinton Smith passed away on June 6, 2026, leaving behind a legacy defined by compassion, excellence, integrity, and an unwavering commitment to improving the lives of others through medicine, education, public health, military service, and community leadership. And whereas born in Brookhaven, Mississippi, and raised in Byram and Jackson, Dr. Smith remained deeply connected to his Mississippi roots throughout a distinguished career spanning for more than 4 decades in pediatric medicine, public health, and medical education. And whereas after graduating from Tulane University and earning his Doctor of Medicine degree from Marquette University, Dr. Smith completed his pediatric residency at the University of Minnesota and honorably served his country in the United States Army Air Force, retiring with the rank of captain. And whereas Dr. Smith served on the faculty of Charity Hospital in New Orleans, founded the Laura Pediatric Clinic, earned a Master of Public Health from the University of North Carolina at Chapel Hill, served as the Director of Maternal and Child Health for the state of Tennessee, served as Medicaid Director for the state of Mississippi, and from 1990 until 2011, served on the faculty of the University of Mississippi Medical Center, specializing in pediatric cardiology, where he provided exceptional care to children while mentoring and educating future generations of physicians. And whereas Dr. Smith's dedication to improving child's health extended beyond clinical practice through research, advocacy, and authorships, including his book, Understanding Child Obesity, which contributed to the national conversation regarding childhood health and wellness. And whereas Dr. Smith's enduring legacy lives on through countless lives he touched as a physician, educator, mentor, military officer, public health leader, author, husband, father, grandfather, and friend. His lifelong commitment to caring for children, strengthening communities, and advancing healthcare reflects the highest ideals of public service and the values the city of Jackson is proud to recognize and celebrate. Now, therefore, be it resolved that the City Council of Jackson, Mississippi do hereby honor and celebrate the life, legacy, and distinguished service of Dr. James Clinton Smith, expressing its sincere gratitude for his extraordinary contributions to medicine, public health, education, military service, and the well-being of the citizens of Jackson, the state of Mississippi, and generations of family whose lives were enriched by his dedication and compassion. Done this 28th day of July, 2026.
Thank you for that reading. The family of Dr. Smith is here. If you would like to join at the podium, we would love to have you. As you approach, I'll just say it was a real honor getting to know Dr. Smith's legacy. I regret that I didn't get to know him while he was with us, but what a powerful story. And any one segment of his life is commendable and worthy of tremendous accomplishment. But when you put it all together, it's almost miraculous. And so we're honored to present this resolution to the family, and we appreciate and let us all be grateful for the leadership he contributed throughout our city and as a representative of our city throughout the entire country. So thank you all very much. If anybody would like to make a comment, we welcome that. And again, let us remember his legacy, and thank you so much for everything that he's done.
I win this spot because I was his favorite brother. I was his only brother. What a wonderful, wonderful man Dr. Smith was. What an impact he made on this state. He went away from here for some of his education. And I said, "You're coming back, aren't you?" And he said, I don't know. I'll have to work that out later, but I'll see you. And he couldn't wait to get back and be a part of Mississippi. I was so honored to hear him call me and say, I've been asked by Governor Mabus to be the director of Medicaid. And I said, "Do you have any idea what you're getting into?" And he said, "I think I do. I think I can handle this." And he was a wonderful director of Medicaid during a very difficult time. His passion and his love, his complete passion was helping children with pediatric, children with cardiology problems. He woke up and he went to bed thinking about helping them get better. And the touching part as he passed recently was to meet students of his at UMC who came in and looked at him in the bed and said, "That's Dr. Smith?" "Yes, that's him." They said he was the greatest teacher that we had here. And tears literally came to their eyes with 2 or 3 of the doctors, young doctors. And it made an impact on everyone about the impact that he had made. But we're thankful for his life, and we're thankful for this time of recognition for him. Thank you. Lord bless you.
Mr. President, on behalf of Mayor John Horn, I also have a proclamation.
Yes.
So I don't know if I'm talking too loud or, okay. I wish he was here with us. I'm so proud of him, and I love him so much, and I keep waiting for him to come home. But this is a very wonderful, wonderful thing you all did for him here. And he was so happy to be back in Mississippi, and we've been here now for the longest period. We've been married 60-some years, And this was the longest period we've ever been one place. And it's been almost 50, well, it's been almost 60 years. So anyway, thank you for coming. And I know that I'm not alone in missing him. Thank you.
To the family, Mayor John Horn also has a proclamation and has declared August 7th as Dr. James Clinton Smith Day in the city of Jackson. Whereas those who knew Dr. Smith remember him not only for his clinical excellence and steady presence in moments of crisis, but for his humility, integrity, gentle humor, and genuine concern for others. As a devoted husband, father, grandfather, mentor, and friend, whose life was a testament to courage, love, and lifelong service to his community and state. Now, therefore, I, John Horn, Mayor of the City of Jackson, Mississippi, do hereby honor and recognize the life and legacy of Dr. James Clinton Smith and proclaim August 7th, 2026 as Dr. James Clinton Smith Day in the city of Jackson.
You bet. Thank you. Okay, next, we're going to move to public comments. Okay, during the public comment period, each citizen have 3 minutes, and will be given a 30-second warning, the yellow flag, as well as a stop signal from the clerk when the 3 minutes is up, the red flag. Okay? And first of all, we have Shantae Wallace. Are you here? Please make your way up. And next is going to be Celicia Catching. If you don't mind, please come over on the side.
How everybody doing tonight? I'm Shantae Wallace, and I'm here to talk about mental health, and I'm also here to talk about when DHS and Judge Hicks and Judge Joshua McCory. Now, if you have the judges and the police department, my ex-coworkers, if you have the sheriff department, if you have the sheriff department, the police department, and the judges, how can someone get justice when they are completely honest, when they never committed a crime? I never committed a crime in my life. And we have a custody case going on that my coworkers started up, and it was nothing true. So, and in the result of this, my son has been molested. He's with my 81-year-old mother, living in the house with my sister and brothers, and they are criminals. They are criminals. And we have to do better because the kids, they are our future. The judges, we have to make the right decisions for the kids. And I've been speaking out about this, and I've been trying to get a meeting with the mayor about this and our chief of police about this, because on April the 7th, I was wrongfully arrested. Now, I've been at JPD for 18 years, but on April 7th, after I just got through speaking at the city councilman's meeting, I was tapped on the shoulder and arrested and said that I missed the court date. Never missed the court date, never been in trouble, never committed a crime because I was at work at JPD, a patrol officer, master police officer. So I just want to bring justice to me and my son, and I'm going to continue to speak because if this has happened to me, other single females, they don't want to speak out because they might have not lived their life as honest as I have. So everybody can't speak out, but I can speak out. And I'm going to continue to speak out. Like I said, I done reached out to our president about this, several letters, several emails, and I'm not going to stop. So thank you. Y'all have a blessed day, and I will be back to speak out on this matter on the next city council. Thank you.
Okay, next we have Ms. Salisa Catching.
Hi, how y'all doing? I'm here today to speak about the area that I live in. I'm not from Jackson, Mississippi. I've been here for 3 years, and I do live in the Fondren area. Now, I do have some concerns. I have been calling the ward. I've been calling your office, speaking to Miss Esther, that's her name, letting her know that we're having problems at 509 Lorenz Boulevard. I've been living there a year. We do have cameras. The other night, last week, somebody was on the property, took some wire cutters and cut this. And I'm like, what are they looking for? I've been attacked in my home where I come from. I'm a single woman. I am a Christian. I don't bother nobody, and I don't have a criminal record. I am a law-abiding citizen, and I am scared. Now, I do like the Fondren area, but if they don't clean it up, I'm gonna have to leave. They're just simple as that. I'm not here to complain. I'm not here to ask for sympathy. I'm just being frankly honest tonight. The trash on the ground, the complex down the street, just living in. I used to go around when I moved in that area with my own gloves, my own garbage bags that I purchased with my money and pick up garbage. They put it right back down. So if they don't care about their city, why should I come here and put my passion and my love and my care and my money into somewhere that they don't care? I'm not from here. That's all I got to say tonight. And thank you all for giving me a chance to speak what's on my heart and mind. Y'all have a good night.
Okay, next we have Mr. Leland Peterson. Mr. Leland, here we go.
How you doing? My name is Steve Williams. I'm General Manager for MV Transportation, the J-Train operation. I would like to start off 15 days into an unnecessary strike. MV is pleased to provide this update for the Jackson community. The MV team.
Excuse me 1 second here. Let's see. Do we have a Leland Peterson?
He's speaking for me.
Oh, okay.
Sorry
He's
about
taking
that.
your time then.
Yeah, sorry about that.
Okay. Go ahead, please.
Stevie Williams. The MV team has worked extraordinarily hard to make sure our valued passengers are not adversely affected by this strike. Since the early days of the strike, J-Tran service remains fully operational with all 12 fixed routes running and all scheduled per transit passengers being served. We expect service to remain uninterrupted as we continue meeting the transportation needs of the Jackson community. Despite these extraordinary circumstances, we are very proud of our team's effort to keep Jackson moving and thank them for their outstanding commitment to the people of Jackson. In fact, our on-time performance for the past 10 days has been higher than under normal operations, thanks to the commitment and professionalism of the team and replacement drivers.
Alfonso Burns. I'm the safety and training manager at MV Transit, and I'm speaking on that in place of Mr. Leland Pierce. I'm a 20-plus year now resident of Ward 1, and again, I'm the safety and training manager, and I bring greetings from MV Transit. Again, I'm gonna add a few words too about what's been going on. I know you guys have heard several rumors about replacement drivers. MV's replacement drivers include experienced operators from all over MV locations in America. We've had extensive training in all the required qualifications to safely provide service. Our drivers also hold CDL license wherever required. I personally verify that I verify and can confirm that I've trained each one of the replacement operators and drivers. Our team also includes many Jackson teammates who remain committed and continue working to ensure and provide full service to our valued passengers. I'd like to close with MV is very transparent throughout this dispute, and we've provided documentation including the latest proposal to the union, and it is available on to the public at mvtransit.com/Jackson.
Mr. President.
Yes, Councilman Stokes.
Thank you. Mr. President, had a conversation a couple of times with the young man, and my statement to him was simply, end the strike. That's all that, excuse me, that these citizens want. All this back and forth of who wrong, who right. You know, that's not helping us. Come to the table, end the strike, and let people ride the bus. All this about the bus is not late, ain't nobody on the bus. I went on the bus and I saw myself. We see that you're trying to pull the wool over our eyes. End this strike. Let's get this over with. What I'm going to do, my commitment is this. If it's not ended by the next council meeting, I'm going to put item on the agenda to get rid of y'all. Thank you, Mr. President.
Any other comments from the dais? Thank you, gentlemen. Next, we have Mr. Gregory Harvard. Gregory Harvard.
Hello, City Council. It is good to be in your presence again.
Okay, if you could just step away a little loud.
I just wanted to make sure the people out there could hear me because you can't hear out there at all. Well, good evening. My name is G.K. Harvard, and I'm here because Jackson is at a critical moment, a moment where our voices, our dignity, and our future depend on whether this council chooses to listen, act, and protect the people who were elected to serve, who you were elected to serve. Let me begin with something urgent. The people of Jackson do not feel heard anymore. Not in this chamber, not in our neighborhoods, and certainly not at the state level, where decisions about our lives are being made without us, around us, and sometimes against us. Years ago, when a citizen stepped to this podium, council members leaned in. They asked questions, they took notes, and they followed up. Today, too many residents speak, walk away, and never hear another word. That's not engagement, that's not accountability, and that is not democracy. We need a public comment tracking system, something that documents what citizens say, assigns follow-up responsibility, and ensures concerns don't disappear the moment the microphone turns off. Now, I want to speak about something that I've already submitted to the city clerk's office, the Civil Rights Harm Registry Ordinance. This ordinance is not symbolic. It's a tool, a powerful tool that allows Jackson to formally document harms, injustices, disinvestment, and state-level decisions that have negatively impacted our residents. This registry gives Jackson the power to intervene when federal or state dollars are allocated in ways that do not serve the communities they are intended for. It strengthens our policing powers. It creates a record of harm that cannot be ignored, and it positions Jackson as a national, even global model for how cities can protect their people from systemic injustices and disinvestments. Cities all around the world are adopting registries like this to track things like environmental harm, economic harm, and civil rights harm. Jackson can lead, Jackson can innovate, Jackson can show the world what accountability looks like. But we cannot do it if we continue operating blindly. The state legislature is exempt from public records, which means that the city cannot know what lobbyists discuss with state leaders, who they represent, or whether their interests conflict with ours. When lobbyists represent multiple jurisdictions, private developers, or entities whose goals may not align with Jackson's, the city is left vulnerable and powerless. We need a formal lobbyist vetting process, one that reviews clients' lists, identifies conflicts of interest, and requires transparency reports. We need lobbyists who represent Jackson first, not Jackson sometimes. Council members, this is your moment. You can restore the trust by showing that citizens' voices matter. You can strengthen governance by ensuring that lobbyists truly serve our interests.
3 minutes is up. Thank you. Okay, next. Was that all? Okay, all in for public comments. Next, we're going to go to the consent agenda.
Mr. President,
I'm sorry.
we have,
Consuela. Oh, I'm sorry. We have one more individual, Ms. Consuela Williams. Are you here? There we go. Are you Consuela Williams? What topic were you speaking on? Pardon? No, I'm sorry, you're not on the agenda here. Again, folks, we need for you to call in ahead of time. We are very, very open to everyone speaking as much as possible. Yes. Okay. Is there anything we can do about the volume out there? Thank you. So if Consuelo Williams is not present, let's move on to our consent agenda.
Mr. President,
Yes, Ms.
could I
Councilman
take one
Wood.
second? We got the councilman from Lexington, Mississippi, just came to say hello to us.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
You wanna-
If we can just allow him, the alderman, the microphone there.
Hello, City Council. I'm Alderman Isaac Lindsay from the city of Lexington, and we have some special guests that came with us from Chicago. Ms. Kathy Lockett, who is the owner of our radio station, stand up in Lexington 102.5 and WXTN in Benton, Mississippi, and also Pastor Marvin Hunter, who is a senior pastor in Chicago of Grace Memorial Baptist Church, and he's also a city developer, has a great housing project there that he at some point would like to talk with the council about bringing to the city of Jackson. And also our very own Steve Gray, we call him DJ Steve Smooth. He is the 2026 statewide R&B Announcer of the Year, awarded last night by the Jackson Music Awards, and Promoter of the Year. So we just wanted to come and say hello to our friends on the Jackson City Council, and thank you all for having us.
Thank you, sir. And thanks for visiting with us. Okay. Is that it, sir?
Yes, sir. Mr. President, if members of this body, with the number of items we have on the agenda, I would like a motion to add some more items to the consent agenda.
Okay, we have a motion.
Mr. Stokes, which items?
I'm going to call them out to you.
And is that, I'm sorry, this is my first time. Is this legal?
Yeah, it's legal. Yeah, it's legal.
Okay, there's been a motion to add some items to the consent agenda. Do I have a second? Oh, yeah, which
You got
items?
second, then we'll give them.
Second.
Okay, to try to shorten the agenda with all the items that we have, item number 29,
We're gonna pull that one.
it's gonna be pulled, okay?
It's a duplicate. Council's already taken action. Thank you.
Okay. Item number 32. 33. 35. 38. 39. 41. 42. 43. And 44. And my discussion items 52 and 53, I'll be glad to hold those also.
Okay, can we repeat those, Clerk of Council, can we repeat those item numbers?
Shanikia Jordan, Clerk of Council, items 32, 33, 35, 38, 39, 41, 42, 43, 44, and discussion items 52 and 53
Will be held.
will be held. Okay.
Mr. President, none of these items should be highly controversial. Knowing that the council been going through a lot of education, school starting and everything else, this is an avenue where we could allow the council to take care of business and we can lead this meeting at a reasonable time. Example, the bridge that's been out on Shaw Road, you know, it's been out a long time, and I think as a council, we all have experienced bridges out in our wards. And we want to thank the mayor's office for finding a way, and the CEO, that we can make sure that this bridge is gonna be repaired. And that's why, to put it on consent, I can't see any council member having a problem with another ward having a bridge repaired. Because when we have bridges out in our ward, we want other council members to support it.
Well, colleagues, we have a motion on the table and it's been second. These involve items that some we've discussed yesterday in the planning committee. Some there were questions on. Some there were individuals that weren't here to answer those questions. So if we approve this, then we would be moving forward with these things being removed from the agenda.
Mr. President?
Yes.
Shaw Road, as Mr. Stokes stated, Shaw Road has been a thorn in my side, I know, for 5 years, but, and I would prefer that we leave it out because I'm gonna vote against this because I'm cautious with respect to all these ratifications on this agenda. And based on the conversations yesterday, I'd already planned to vote against most of them. But I just want the record to be clear. I support Shaw Road getting fixed. It's been long overdue. But if the council votes to add it to consent agenda, I'm still voting against consent, but not against my bridge getting repaired. Thank you.
Okay, other concerns? Mr. Councilman Foote.
I have a general question, and that is the consent agenda. Who is it that decides to begin with when the agenda is being put together, which items go on the consent agenda?
Normally, it's gonna be the clerk's office, but anybody can make a motion as a member of this body.
Oh, I'm not disagreeing with that, Councilman Stokes. I'm
But
just
normally,
curious.
it's the clerk's office, and over the years, you have seen more items in consent that's not controversial arguably, an item that's not gonna be much discussion on. that you just go ahead and put in consent, and that way we can move the agenda forward. Now, it don't matter to me. We can leave them all on here, and you can get mad and say what you want to, because I'm gonna leave it a certain period of time. He said, me too. You know, if we vote on these items, and there's no one saying anything about it, it's just so move second, let's vote, why not put them in consent? And let's, you know, move it off the agenda so we can let people go home on a Tuesday night to their families and loved ones. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Stokes. Can you repeat those once again? And council members, if you have any concerns about any of these, then that will indicate how we proceed. Councilwoman Clay.
Okay, are these the items that we had questions about before, the bids?
No,
Okay.
no.
Just wanna make sure.
These are different items. Councilman Parkinson.
Just want to ask a clarifying question. If Mr. Stokes' item goes through, then these items will be added to consent. Will then people still have the opportunity to object to any one item, which then removes it from consent?
Not under consent.
No.
If it's a particular item that there's a concern about, Mr. President, I will gladly remove that item from being some item that we trying to put under consent. Yeah.
Mr. Stokes, I have it's a minor question, but I had a question on 35 that wasn't able to be answered yesterday.
Okay, one second there, Mr. Parkinson. Can you repeat those numbers again, please, so that the council know if they had any questions yesterday during the planning committee, wasn't satisfied, and there's any hesitancy on voting, then we need to remove that from that list, or we need to vote?
Yes.
Then we need to vote down no.
We can move that one from the list.
Okay, so
Gladly.
we want to give us the numbers again, please.
32, 33, 35, 38, 39, 41, 42, 43, 44.
Okay. Let's just take a moment to review.
Mr. President,
Councilman Foote.
I'd like to pull item 33 and have it discussed individually.
Okay. Other items?
Mr. President, I'm gonna ask that item 38, dealing with Shaw Road Bridge, also be left out.
Okay.
'Cause I want the record to be very clear that I'm not voting against my own bridge. Thank you.
Okay. Councilman Parkinson, anything?
Just item 35.
Item 35.
33, 35, 38.
Okay.
33, 35, 38.
Okay. Now, we're gonna have to have have an amendment.
So moved. Second.
Okay, it's been moved and seconded that we move items 32,
33.
33, there was a question.
Point of order, we're voting on an amendment to Mr. Stokes' motion. So I believe Mr. Grizel's motion is to amend Mr. Stokes' motion to remove 33, 35, and 38 from his original list.
33 was in that list.
Yeah, that's what I said, 33, 35,
And
38, but 32 was not.
Right, well, what I was saying is the ones that are gonna remain.
Oh, okay.
32, 39, 41, 42, 43, and 44.
Call the question.
Question? Okay. All right, so we're ready to vote
Yes, sir.
on the amendment. Okay? Do we need to restate the amendment for everyone? Are we good? Okay, all in favor
Of the amendment.
of the amendment, opposed? Okay, now let's move to the item, consent agreement. A consent, and
Point of order, do
No,
we
no,
not
you're
need
gonna
to
vote on
vote
Stokes's item.
Yes, I believe that's right.
That was just the amendment to Stokes's.
right,
mo-
Now
I mean,
we're
that
going
wasn't
to
the-
vote on-
Stokes's.
yes,
Councilman Stokes.
okay. All in favor of the motion? Okay, opposed? Okay, then it passes, and so those items will be removed from and placed in consent. Those items we mentioned before. Okay? All right, let's proceed then. Let's proceed with the consent agenda.
We got to get it on the floor.
Okay. Okay.
All matters listed on the consent agenda are considered to be routine by the city council and will be enacted by one motion in the form listed below. There will be no separate discussion of these items. If discussion is desired, that item will be removed from the consent agenda and considered separately.
Okay.
So moved.
Second.
Okay, it's been moved and properly second. All in favor? Opposed? Okay, it passes. Let's continue. Next, we have adoption of ordinances.
No, we vote on the actual consent agenda.
Yeah, we just did.
I thought that we voted on Mr. Stokes.
We did that too.
To add it to the consent.
They did that too.
And so we did that too, okay.
Yes, we did. Okay. Next item, please.
Ordinance of the City Council of Jackson, Mississippi, amending Chapter 46, Article 2 of the City of Jackson Code of Ordinances.
So moved.
Second.
Okay, it's been moved and second. Are there any discussions? All in favor?
Mr.
I'm
President,
sorry.
should we get legal to go over, it's all included, please?
Sandra Moncure, Office of the City Attorney. Our office is recommending to amend this ordinance where it changes the number of the municipal court judges to 5, and then it will establish the position of the presiding judge within the municipal court and place the municipal court administrator under the direction of the presiding judge.
So we're gonna reduce from 7 judges to 5,
That's my understanding.
but we've had 7 for how long?
You know, Mr. Stokes.
Well, the reason I asked, Mr.
The
President.
recommendation, I have deferred to the administration. I'm not privy
They,
to why it's 5.
It was a plan somewhere down the line that we were gonna have court at night. So when they first went to 7, it was mentioned. I don't think it never was completely implemented. So the idea of night court is now off the table.
Peter Taylorson, CAO. Let me see if I can add some context. First of all, you have a city ordinance, which says you have 3 judges. How you got to 7 is a real good question, because your current ordinance says you're supposed to have 3. But over time, the city has added and added some more. Night court is not off the table. The thought is to have 5 judges, because 7 right now allow for some variation in people gaming the system and try and get a particular judge instead of a different judge. The thought was to cut down on that, have 5, and have it more tightly focused with Attorney Lily Bass, who is also a municipal court judge, being the chief municipal court judge to allow for better scheduling, both of personnel and for court hours. And so that's where the administration is trying to proceed with this. We absolutely need more efficiency in municipal court. This body approved new software earlier this year. So this is part of an ongoing effort to make sure that we have an optimal court. And absolutely, night court is still being discussed and under consideration.
Mr. President?
Yes, Mr. Stokes.
Thank you. Mr. President, the city clerk's office has been some great city clerks over the years, but sometimes people drop the ball. We've had some outstanding lawyers with the legal department, and I know the older I get, I forget more and more, but I thought we kept amending the municipal ordinance to increase the number of judges. Now, if the clerk's office can't find it, I understand, but it only takes a vote, a motion and a vote, to move from 3 to 5 to whatever number we're at. But I do understand that we want to make sure we have a fair system where they're not going to be judge shopping, as they say. So I don't have a problem with this idea, but over the years, even though the numbers do not acknowledge in orders that we changed it. But I'd be glad to testify in a court of law that we did, because I know we changed judges from 3 when we moved, and it wasn't that we moved to 7 because we wanted all wards represented, because there's still not all wards represented with 7 judges. It was 7 because we were trying to say we were gonna have night court. Now, who was the mayor at the time, you know, maybe Kane might know. But the plan was to move this city to a night court to make sure that we could get a lot of these criminals and other activities before a judge to make sure there was justice. Thank you.
Are there any other comments? Okay, if not, all in favor? Opposed? Okay, so it passes. Okay, item 19, we had some discussion in the planning meeting yesterday, and we'd like to move that to a committee. The reason moving it to committee is because it's going to involve numerous discussions with administration, the department heads, to fully look at the impacts of these changes. So we will be moving that to the Planning and Development Committee.
Mr. President?
Yes, Mr. Stokes.
I may not have the votes, but I think that this item is so important that to bog it down in a committee might hurt the item as a whole. The reasoning being, the number one issue people say in this city is that they deserve to be safe. And this is not an experiment. When Lee Vance was the chief of police, community improvement and other issues in the planning department was with the police department. People called today with a problem with housing or something like that. They tell them they had to call the planning department. Certain divisions in this city need to go to police. People need to see a police officer. If we're not gonna fight crime, people are gonna keep leaving the city. We got to make this city safe by any means necessary. And if we're not gonna do that, and we're wasting money on other issues that's not as important as safety, then the city gonna keep dying. When we had all these departments, we had almost 200,000 people. We down to 130, maybe 140,000 people. And still we have all these departments, and some of them don't do absolutely nothing. Let's make this city safe. Then you can waste money. Thank you.
Mr. President?
Councilman Griselle.
Really hoping that we could get this on the floor today. But I echo everything that Councilman Stokes said. And I do think that this is a timely matter. I do, I'm gonna double down on what I said yesterday. The administration still has not delivered to us the cuts that we were expecting with all these department heads. And so I do think it's time to reimagine what code enforcement looks like. I think they will do a better job under JPD. I have full faith and trust in the new chief that she will also oversee that function. And I would really like to go ahead and see this through. Thank you.
Okay, any other comments?
Mr. President?
Yes, Mr.
Mr. President, and I thank Councilmember Griselle, whose father was a police officer, whose brother's been a police officer. In this city, as you see Madison and Rankin County growing, and people, black and white, leaving Jackson because they're concerned about crime and they're afraid of crime. We must send the message when they ask us, what are y'all doing? We're trying to find a way to send more money to the police, trying to say when you see these houses where you got squatters and everything else going on, instead of sending somebody from the planning department to talk to somebody who cussing them out, we're gonna send somebody from the police department. And I think we'll have a better chance of changing the characteristics of these neighborhoods and make these neighborhoods safe again. Because this is affecting every ward in this city. We got to send these items. When I first became a councilman, it was not a planning department in this city. Mayor Ditto had the first planner, and he worked for the mayor. And we're doing the same thing now. We're putting certain divisions under the mayor, economic development and other issues. But we got to send what we can to this police department. She said she need technology, she need this and that, because people want to feel safe. They don't feel safe in Jackson. Every night, every other night, somebody getting killed. Teenager got killed the other night, won't be able to go back to school. We got to make sure we give the people what they want. They want to feel safe. That's how Capitol Police was created. People over in Eastover, Bear Haven, Funding them feel safe. And they created another layer of police power that don't protect me in Georgetown and other citizens. This is the right step to do, Mr. President. I hope we can vote tonight on this.
Councilwoman Brown Thomas.
Okay, thank you. Mr. Stokes, I'm not against your item. I do feel like code enforcement do need to be under the police department, but it just is certain other issues that I have that I don't feel like it fall under the police department. And I just want to like go over it just to see can we narrow it down so the police department have a lot of other things going on. But I'm not against your item.
Thank you, and I'm not saying that anybody you vote, everybody have a right to vote. But what I'm saying is that these citizens call us about housing. We can't, and the police are telling, they told us at a meeting, they have to tell the citizens that's under planning. You need to call the planning department. Police don't, that's a layer. Planning first, then maybe police. All this on the police with the new chief, she can handle it. Let's give her the tools to handle this job. Let's not cut her authority and ability to do the things. Now, we can keep waiting. It might come up, it might not. But money ain't gonna change. We ain't finna get no more money. We're gonna have to live within the budget that we got, and we're gonna have to merge some departments. As the old folks say, we got to cut the fat out the budget. There's too many people, got easy jobs, and ain't doing a doggone thing. We need more police power to get these criminals on the run. They're not in Madison, Rankin County. They're in Jackson because they feel safe.
Okay. Any other discussion? We will move this to the Planning and Development Committee. And we need sufficient time to make decisions that are going to be accurate and correct. We have not had an opportunity to fully explore all the ramifications of this. And so a couple more weeks probably won't hurt. Let's move it to a committee. Let's invite the chief. Let's invite the administration. Let's invite all the experts and ask them, how about this? Is this going to work for our city? I'm moving this to the Planning and Development Committee. Mr. Foote, you have it. Next item.
Mr. President, legally, I could ask for a vote and we can see where this comes from now. But I'm not, because I'm gonna say this. The responsibility is under this council.
That's correct.
We can ask the mayor, but that's not the mayor's job, that's our job. Now, people dying every day and every other day in this city, and we making excuses. And I know it's not an election for 3 more years, but if we don't turn the corner and make this city safe for everybody again, then they're gonna blame us. And Kenneth Stowe gonna be the first one to say, I tried to tell them. Thank you.
I appreciate that, Councilman. And again, this body's responsibility is to hear all the information before we make decisions. And that's what I think we have a responsibility to do, instead of just having one meeting where no one shows up to speak for it and then asking us to vote on it. I think we need more information. We're moving into that planning committee. Let's proceed, please. Claims.
Order approving claims appearing at pages 443 to inclusive thereon on municipal docket of claims in the amount of $1,668,601.21 and making appropriation for the payment thereof.
So moved.
Second.
Okay, it's been moved in second. Can we have the top claims, please?
Yes. Jillian Caldwell, CFO. The four largest claims are as follows. Waste Management of Mississippi, Inc., the amount is $221,739.75 for the payment of the June 2026 residential services from Fund 9 Landfill Sanitation Fund. The second largest claim is to Jackson Redevelopment Authority. The amount is $110,957 even for the payment of the annual city allocation from Fund 1 General Fund. The third largest claim is the Hemp Hill Construction Company. The amount is $94,357.50 for the payment of the Beasley Road Bridge Rehab payment from Fund 173 1% Infrastructure Tax Fund. The fourth largest claim is to the state treasurer. The amount is $88,848.35 for the payment of the state assessment for June 2026 from Fund 1 General Fund.
Okay, colleagues, any questions?
Statement.
Continue, Councilman Stokes.
Thank you, Mr. President. Over many, many years, I voted against claims. And I started voting on claims because I felt comfortable with Peter Tableson. I knew that he would investigate everything that's on claims and make sure that nothing would come before this body that had not been investigated. And because once we get these claims, we don't have enough time to really study them and look at them. And with Peter Tableson saying he's leaving, I'm considering going back to voting against claims. The only way you can survive as a council member when you vote on money is a no vote. If you vote yes and something's wrong, you can't tell anybody that we didn't have the staff to investigate or something. The only way to survive from what they told me over the years from the FBI and everybody else is vote no. And I'm considering not anything against the mayor. Mayor has been good as gold for my ward. But losing Peter Tableson scares me. Thank you.
Agreed. But he's not going to stay. Any other comments, claims? All in favor? Opposed? Abstain? Okay. Good, then claims is passed. Next item, please.
7-0.
I think it was 6-1.
Order approving gross payroll, including payroll deduction claims number 345802 and making appropriation for the payment thereof.
So move.
Second.
It's been moving properly second. Is there any discussions concerning? Okay. All in favor? Opposed? Okay, it passes. Next item.
Order confirming the mayor's appointment of Louis Clifford IV as municipal judge for the Jackson Municipal Court in Jackson, Mississippi.
So move.
Second.
Oh, it's been moving properly second. Is the judge here? Okay. Ms. Tableson, did you want to introduce the member?
Sure, Peter Tableson, CAO. Mayor Horn would like to present Louis Clifford for a position on the municipal court bench. Mr. Clifford is a longtime attorney here in Jackson. I've been fortunate to know him over the years. He was one-time practiced with our former circuit judge, Breland Hilburn, and he has also represented many a person here in the city of Jackson in the very municipal court where he may now preside if y'all were to confirm him. I'll also say that he spent a lot of time visiting with me when I was on the bench, and he takes a legitimate interest in the issues of the city of Jackson and the people of the city of Jackson.
Very well then. Okay, we're going to make a round of comments. Ms. Parkinson, we'll start with you.
You're going to be tough but fair?
I think Mr. Tableson
can vouch that for the last 8.5 years part-time, I've served as one of the assistant county prosecutors, and I think I have a reputation of being firm but fair.
Great. And I'm not sure what focus your area would be, but if you get environmental or items related to property, we'd encourage you to really take a harsh look at some of those cases because it's a real issue in our city and we can use all the support we can get.
I will, Councilman, and I will tell you a good portion of my practice and my history and practice has been in real property. So I know that's a real issue.
Excellent. I've reviewed your resume. I think you're more than qualified and I thank you for your service.
Thank you.
Councilwoman Brown Thomas.
Well, thank you, sir. My question is that by me serving on the police department for 25 years, my concern was that the criminals get patted on the wrist. How can you assure me that you'll make sure that you do the right thing and be fair but firm?
I can say that way I would handle it is, I would look at the facts of the case, then I would look at the law, but it's also determining the facts, whether it's bond or deciding on a misdemeanor case, which we would decide, or a felony bond, that I would look at their criminal history and I would rule accordingly. I believe that, some young person does some misdemeanor, I think we need to look at maybe giving them a chance. But at the same time, repeat offenders, I think they need to be held accountable.
Okay, and another question I have. Now, it's like a slap in the police face when a criminal tell you, by the time you get me downtown, I'll be back out. How would you make sure that you go by the law, but make sure if they are offender, several offender, how would you make sure you give them the sentence that they need?
What I would do is, like I say, I would look at their criminal history, I would look at the charge and the facts, and would rule accordingly. But I do believe everyone needs to be held accountable.
Thank you.
Councilman Brazell.
Good evening. I don't really have a question, but I will say, and I don't know what your dock is going to look like, what your assignment is going to be, but we got to have more teeth in municipal court. We got to have more teeth in environmental court. We got to have more teeth when it comes to code enforcement. And I understand, being firm and fair, but we also have to look at the greatest good for the greatest number of people. And we depend heavily on our court systems to make sure that we're able to support the efforts of the local government and not go against us. So should you get the vote tonight, congratulations.
Thank you.
Councilman Stokes.
Thank you. Mr. Clifford, I don't think I know you. Maybe I do.
I think we've met. I don't know you, Councilman.
Okay. I think I made this motion because this is what the mayor wanted. And when I say that, it's that you have one mayor at a time. And if the mayor feels that you need to have a chance to be a municipal judge to make what he's trying to do in this city work, then I don't think I should second guess him. I thought some people that he replaced were good judges. I really supported them. I thought they were good, but I'm not the mayor of the city. So I don't know, y'all know that much about you, but he feel comfortable with trying to make you a municipal judge. I've seen many judges. I had one man who called me out all the people in this city. This man was crazy about you. He said he'll be a good judge, Kenny. And I told him I don't have a problem. I haven't heard anybody say anything bad. But I think if we're gonna give the mayor a chance to be successful, then he got to put some of his people in place. Otherwise, we're gonna blame a mayor for not being successful, but we tied his hands behind his back. So if he supports you being the judge, my vote in Ward 3 is gonna be to support you also. Thank you.
Thank you. And Councilman, may I add, I've lived in the city, I've been in the area for 30 years. I've lived here for 24 years. And Jackson's my home and continued to be my home. And that's where I care about where I live. I care about the people, and I care about this city.
Thank you. Thank you, Mr. President.
Yes, sir. Councilwoman Clay?
Welcome.
Thank you.
My husband was a municipal judge for 32 years, so I know that position. And I know a lot of people don't realize what you can and cannot do. So I hope with the position, you educate the public so they won't just feel the municipal judges don't do their job. But there are a lot of things that you cannot do that this council and other people think you can. So just keep us straight.
Thank you, and I enjoyed many times over my 25 years, almost 25 years of private practice at the time, appearing in front of your husband.
Councilman Foot?
Thank you, Mr. President. And I just make a comment that appreciate your willingness to serve as a judge. It is a very critical link in the judicial system to make Jackson a safer city. So I'm going to support you. So best of luck.
Thank you.
Okay, I really don't have anything other than thank you for your willingness to serve, be a public servant. And look, we're trying, and we need all the help we can get. You know, we got all kind of issues, crime, blight, and a lot of things come out of the blight picture. And that may not be your job, but that's the message to all our judges. That is, we need your help. Okay, we're going to make one more round through. Anything? Nothing?
No further questions.
Anything? No. Okay, we're ready for a vote then. All in favor? Opposed? Okay, congratulations, sir.
Thank you, each of the council. I promise you, I will do my best to bring my years of experience, and I will, don't plan to ever let you down.
Thank you, sir. Is there a family member or someone?
No,
you'd like
my
to-
wife was unable to be here. My mother-in-law's ill, so, but she wanted to be here, but she was unable. But I do appreciate the council's vote, and I look forward to serving Jackson.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.
Next item, please.
Amended order establishing the assessment for the downtown Jackson Business Improvement District for tax year 2026.
So moved.
Second.
It's been moved and properly second. We had some discussion on this yesterday at the planning committee. Are there any questions? Comments?
Statement?
Statements?
Thank you.
It's not remarks, anything. What you got?
I have seen progress with the downtown business improvement district. At one time, we only thought they were just sweeping and cleaning. I think that some feel comfortable with the planetarium renovation and the helping hand that this organization is giving. I know there's other items on here on the agenda tonight. I don't want to beat a dead horse, but we got to make downtown safe. People who are gonna come to that planetarium, because I think it's gonna look good. I see it from the outside, and a lot of people feel good about it from the inside. And a young man showed me how the homeless going under the street that a lot of people didn't know about. And I think from talking to other people, and this downtown group was one of them, that they're saying we can get a fence up, we can make it safe. That's important. We're gonna try to encourage people to come here and be here at night and bring their families. No family want to feel they come here at night and won't get back home. That's why we gotta do everything we can to work with anybody we can to eliminate that avenue of fear. And I normally vote against this. I just think I would abstain because some people feel that it's needed. I may not see it, I may not understand it, but the people who see it and understand it feel that it's needed. And if they feel that it's needed to make this city grow, then and we need to help them make it grow. This city need to grow, and need to grow badly. And I think this is a step in the right direction. Thank you.
Any other comments? Councilman Foot.
Thank you, Mr. President. I know we've got some people here from the Downtown Jackson Partners. I assume they're here for this particular item, but they've been instrumental in getting this program that the mayor wants to get going on Operation Clutch, or Clutch to the consultant. I was wondering if they might offer us an update on how close we are to getting that program kicked off, if we wouldn't mind talking about that for a minute or two.
I might suggest that we keep the conversation focused on this particular item, not to divert.
If you don't want to let them talk, that's okay.
Well,
We're talking about the issues. This is one of the key issues, or the key programs
I'm
that the
happy to
mayor's
have that
trying to
conversation.
address.
And
Sure, I
all this
respect
stuff.
that. As I see it, this is a
If- yeah.
clerical mistake. We voted on the downtown bid already. This is an item that has passed previously.
I know that.
And there was a mix-up. I actually saw the information that Downtown Partners submitted to the city, and it was the correct information. So there was some kind of mix-up, and I think this item comes before us to correct the error that was accidentally made. And so I think Downtown Partners has done Herculean efforts. I think downtown is already stronger than it was even a year ago, and it's going to become even stronger. And I think 90% of that is because of the work that Downtown Partners has done. These are businesses that elected to tax themselves because they see.
You don't
the
have to talk,
benefit.
I'm all for this. You don't have to convince me of this.
Okay,
I
then
was just
let-
trying to get,
yeah,
there's,
let's,
the people out there want to know about this Clutch program.
Okay, well, right
And this
now.
is an effort to,
Yes,
why
sir.
not?
And I appreciate it
We're going
because.
to be here till 10 o'clock
No,
anyways.
no, we're not going to be here till 10. No. You might. Look, this is, we'd like to discuss the Clutch program, and that's very important. But I'd like for you to do it in the planning committee, which Clutch comes under. So on the agenda tonight, we're talking about this. Would the folks from Downtown Partners just stand to be recognized? We thank you for being here and for making this correction, and thank you so much. Okay, are there any other questions? Not, all in favor? Opposed? Abstain, okay. Okay, next item, please.
Order establish the assessment for the LaFleur East Business Improvement District for the year 2026.
So moved.
Second. Okay, it's been moved and properly second. Do we have any discussion on this? Is there anyone want to hear any additional information? Again, we discussed this yesterday in the planning meeting. Okay, if not, all in favor? Opposed? Thank you. Item 25.
Order adopting the Department of Revenue's Uniform Assessment Schedule for the assessment, calculation, and collection of ad valorem taxes on motor vehicles for the city of Jackson and the Jackson Municipal Separate School District for the year 2026-2027 is ready and open for inspection as considered, examined, corrected, and equalized, subject to the right of taxpayers to be heard on all objections made by them in writing at a meeting of the council commencing July 31st, 2026, and subject to changes and corrections by the council as authorized by law.
So moved.
Second?
Oh, it's been moved and second. Are there any questions or comments?
Is this the item that do we vote on this item today? Is this establishing a hearing, or is this the actual, voting on the actual item?
Okay. If there's no questions or comment, all in favor? Opposed? Okay, it passes. Next item.
Order authorizing the mayor to execute First Amendment to Consultant Agreement between the City of Jackson, Mississippi and Systems Consultant Associates, Inc., to provide budget and performance assistance and consultation in the development of the fiscal year 2026-2027 budget and in the implementation of certain key performance indicators in city.
So moved.
Second.
It's been moved and properly second. Is there any discussion? If not, all in favor? Opposed? Okay. And motion carries, what's 4-1, okay. Item 27.
Order authorizing the renewing of workers' compensation coverage with Carolina Casualty Insurance Companies obtained through the Evans Agency for the period August 1st, 2026 through August 1st, 2027.
So moved.
Second. It's been moved and properly second. Are there any comments? If not, all in favor? Opposed? Okay, so passes. Item 28.
Order authorizing the mayor to execute the agreement with the CWA Local 3511.
So moved.
Second.
It's been moved and properly second. Are there any questions or comments? If not, all in favor?
Abstain.
Opposed? Okay. And so it passes. Item 29 was pulled. Okay, item 30.
Order accepting the bid of Southern Connection LLC for the upfitting of 8 Dodge Durango patrol vehicles on behalf of the Jackson Police Department and authorizing the city officials to execute all documents necessary to complete the procurement.
So moved.
Second.
Okay, it's been properly moved and seconded. Is there anyone here from JPD?
They up there.
Yes.
You'd like to chime in and comment on how these vehicles are going to be used with our police department?
Yes, the vehicle will be deployed to each of our precincts. They're going to operate in each district. They are going to be strictly assigned to patrol operations.
Okay, and there will be present at the police precinct where they generally chalk up a lot of miles on their vehicles. Is that correct?
Absolutely.
Okay. Any questions for Chief Deputy Chief?
I believe Chief Brackney was hoping to be recognized.
Chief Braden had her hand.
Okay. Chief Brackney, did you have any comments?
Good afternoon. Yes, all of the vehicles will now be deployed that we are purchasing this forward will all be marked vehicles into the district and into patrols. They will not go into command, nor will they go into investigations. And we're also rotating out our oldest fleet. So we are going to go replace the fleets that are oldest for the ones with the newer cars. So we'll base that on mileage and years so that we can age out those vehicles. And the vehicles that we're aging out, we'll either reuse them for parts or we will deadline them.
Thank you, Chief. Are there any questions?
Mr. President,
Go ahead, Council.
Chief said that they are purchasing, so we have these vehicles have not been delivered yet, right?
The vehicles have been delivered and they were previously approved for delivery, but then we have to outfit them. When we purchase vehicles, we purchase them from a dealer and they're not outfitted with lights, sirens, MDTs. And of note, Councilman Griselle, these ones will be fully fitted now. They will be with the e-citations, the GPS. They'll be able to integrate with our RTC systems. They will be a fully mobile unit that will operate as an office for the officers on patrol. So at this point, they would have no need to go back into a station to do their work. And that's from this point forward, everything will be fully operationalized when we upfit it and not piecemeal together after the fact.
I love that. And to be clear, they're going to the precincts and not the command staff, correct?
That's correct. Our command staff has been notified there will be no new cars coming to command staff. All cars will be coming to operations into patrol.
And these are fully marked vehicles, right?
Yes, they are fully marked and they'll be marked with the blue and white and not the orange, sir.
Thank you.
You're welcome, sir.
Very good. Are there any more questions of the chief? Colleagues, are we ready to vote? All in favor? Opposed? Abstain. Okay, very well then. Item,
31?
yes, 34 has been pulled.
31.
31, okay. Item 31.
Order authorizing the mayor to execute a joint operations agreement with the Mississippi Museum of Art, Inc. to manage the McNair Davis Planetarium.
So moved.
Second. Been moving properly second.
Mr. President, I believe this is the item, do we need to, I'm sorry, never mind.
Okay, any other questions? Okay, not,
I got a question.
yes, Councilman Foot.
So the, the city's, I guess, so we end up, when they open up the planetarium, it'll be operational and the budget will expand, I assume, because of that. What's the budget arrangement between the city and the Mississippi Museum of Art? Do we know what our cost is gonna be for, say, the course of a year?
Is there someone here to comment on that?
Somebody may be coming.
I think Mayor Danks, did you have that number? Is there anyone with that number? Anyone from the city, first of all?
While the
Mr. Taylor,
mayor
any
comes up,
comment?
may I speak to that?
Yes, Councilman Parkinson.
Thank you. The mayor will be able to speak to the specifics. It's all laid out here, but what I'll say is it's actually going to be a cost savings for us as opposed to us running it ourselves. And that's for many, many reasons, but we'll be able to operate it cheaper and it'll be better. I think they're more equipped to do the type of work that it takes to run a planetarium than a municipal body will. If you look at the top 20 planetariums throughout the country, almost all of them, almost to a T, are run by arrangements such as this or other nonprofits.
Yeah, I'm aware of that, and of course, I was thinking that planetarium, we hadn't been spending anything on running the planetarium. We may have been spending money on building it, but I just wanted to know what the cost was gonna be for the city, and I know there was gonna be some sharing going on.
Okay, questions, legal, can you help us?
Yes, so there is initial payment on the effective date of $250,000. And then there will be a payment due at the beginning of next fiscal year of $130,000. It's a brand-new facility. I mean, we wouldn't anticipate that there would be any major capital repairs or anything like that needed. But those are capped at $5,000. So if something like that should happen, if an emergency were to occur and it were to cost, repairs of over $5,000, the city would be responsible for that.
So you said 130,000, that's the beginning, but it's more than that per year, isn't it?
Yeah.
Wouldn't it be more than that so I guess my question would be, since we're wrestling with this general fund situation right now, do you know what the annual cost would be to the city?
Well, it would be, I mean, the management fee would be $130,000 a year.
Oh, that's for the whole year?
Beginning the first year. I mean, there would be
Okay.
$250,000 due probably out of this year's budget.
This year being 2026 fiscal year?
Yeah,
Okay.
the current
All right.
year. Now, there may be some way that could be deferred.
I'm not worried about that so much.
I
I
mean,
just want to get a number, that's all.
Reduced, it could be reduced possibly as a result of a transfer from JRA as a result of the new market tax credit,
Well, anyway,
transaction.
that's too deep in the weeds for right now.
Okay.
Thank you.
So, yeah, 250. And should there be an operating profit, that would be split 50-50 with the museum.
Okay.
Councilwoman Clay?
I think it's a good idea, but I'm against the 250 up front. So if I vote no, you know that it's not because of the arrangement, it's because of the 250.
Mr. President,
Councilman?
Madam CFO, has the line item, has it been identified to where this money could be coming from?
Not exactly, not the line item. We have not located the line item that we would pay it from. But it will come from the general fund.
Okay. And it's there.
Yes.
Taking a long time.
So 250,000 initial, and then 130,000 per year. And the money's there.
It's a 3-year renewable for an additional 3 years.
Are there any other questions or concerns? If not, all in favor? Opposed? Abstain? All right. What was that? 5-1? Okay, very well. Let's go on to the next item.
Order ratifying and authorizing the acceptance of the FY 2026 Homeland Security Grant of $1,002,150 to the City of Jackson, the Department of Information Technology to support cybersecurity operations.
So moved.
Second.
It's been moved and properly second. Let's have some discussions. Are there any
Mr.
questions?
President,
Councilman?
I'm the one who pulled this off the consent agenda. And the reason I wanted was because I just wanted to, I'm curious, it sounds as if we're going to get the $1 million. And I just want to know how it's going to be, what your plans are to spend that $1 million. What are we going to get for that?
Yes, Nathan Slater, Director of Information Technology. And yes, we have been awarded these funds. It was a very competitive grant, and we were fortunate enough to get it. It deals with cybersecurity, and I think I've spoken to the council before, is that our current infrastructure with the City of Jackson, and that's all the electronic routers, switches, and that type of thing, is about 11 to 12 years old. And a lot of it is out of support. So sometimes we just have to buy parts in order to fix some of the things that help run the city. So what this grant is going to do is it's going to rebuild our infrastructure, all the core systems, and is also built in, of course, with a lot of cybersecurity software that is going to help us avoid some of the threats that have happened with some of the other municipalities around here. So we're going to be able to totally refresh our infrastructure, put in new software that's going to help us with on the cybersecurity side. The other thing that it's going to do for us is we have 54 sites in the City of Jackson that we support, and that will be your parks and recreation and arts, anything, the zoo and that type of thing. So we support all that, and we have direct connectivity, internet access. Right now, if a site goes down, we have to roll a truck. We have to send somebody out there physically to fix the internet and get it back up and running. What this system, what we're proposing in our grant, which is one reason I think it was funded, is that we put in an automatic failover. So in the event a site goes down, it will automatically fail back over to our home site with internet, and nobody will ever have to touch it until we go out there and realize what's going on. So it has an automatic failover for all 54 sites throughout the city.
Thank you.
Mr. President? Yes, Councilman.
Mr. Slater, why is this a ratification?
I think it's just policy with the city.
Ratifications aren't policy.
Okay. When you said ratification, help me to understand.
Well, it says order ratifying the purchase of one SSL certificate from these folks. So why is it a ratification?
I don't think we can accept as my office. I don't think I can accept this. I think the council has to accept it and ratify the acceptance of it.
Excuse me one moment. Legal, are
English,
you
please.
tuned into this conversation? Let's.
Yes, good evening, Chelsea Chakosky, City Legal. I apologize, are we speaking about the grant item, the award of the $1 million+ for the cybersecurity grant?
That's
Or
correct.
are we referring to the SSL certificate ratification? Those are two separate items.
Cybersecurity grant, and why do we have to have it ratified, Chelsea?
I apologize, but Councilman Griselle, did you not say that you were referring to the SSL certificate, which is a different?
We're on item 32,
Item?
right?
Item 33.
We're item 33. Okay, all right, thank you. Go
Thank
ahead.
you.
Well, I still want to know why this is a ratification.
Can you explain the ratification of this particular?
Yes, we're not ratifying I'm sorry, Chelsea Chakosky, City Legal, we're not ratifying the grant. For item, we're looking, I apologize, we are looking at item
Item 33.
33. Oh, yes. So when they went through, my apologies, when they went through and they were looking at the grant authorization as they had authorization to go through and submit the grant, but now they have to accept it. And there was a timeline for that, I believe. I can double check on it if we need to.
Yeah, I'm not satisfied with that. Nobody could still tell me why. And I'm really cautious, and we've been cautioned time and time again with respect to these ratifications. Somebody should be able to tell us why it's a ratification.
What is the
But don't let me hold it up.
Hold
I
up,
don't know what the
excuse me. Can you answer that, Ms. Chelsea, to a decent satisfaction? We need to
If
know
you-
what was the steps in getting to this point, and why is it saying we are coming back and ratifying it now? And Mr. Taverson, if you have an answer, I'd love to hear your, okay, all right. So, Ms. Chelsea,
Yes, sir.
okay, can you?
If you'll get, I would need a second if the council would beg my pardon.
I'm sorry?
If you'll just beg your pardon, I'm just pulling up the agenda item itself, and I'm doing that as we speak. My apologies.
Thank you.
And we did come before the council to get approval to apply for the grant.
Twice, I believe.
Yes.
I believe that is accurate. And again, my apologies. The city council backup came in two separate pieces this time.
And Chelsea, I think the question is, why do we have to ratify this order?
Again, I'm looking at the history of it to ensure where we were. I know that the city council had come before. I know that the department had come before the city council on this item. And again, I'm pulling up the backup. My apologies.
I've got another question. What is the difference between authorizing and ratifying? I mean, I don't even know. There must be a legal difference, I guess.
Okay.
A ratification.
I think,
A ratification is an item that's already occurred. But you are ratifying an action that's already occurred.
okay.
Sandra Monker, Office of the City Attorney. At a very basic level, ratification just means at the time when the department, for example, at the time when the department submitted a grant application, they hadn't come before council. When we come back to ratify, it's saying we submitted the application to meet the deadline, and now we're trying to clean up the minutes and get the authority basically to do so. Now, that is legally okay to do that. Now, as it relates to this particular item, what I can infer from the item is that basically it looks like the start date for this grant award was June 15th, 2026. And so if the period of performance began at that time and any actions was taken by the city, a ratification would kind of go back to June 15th and correct that action, bring us present day to correct everything and make sure everything is legally
To
sound.
correct it means that without the
It
ratification.
means at the
it's-
time that the action was taken, that the department did not have the authority to act.
Okay.
That's
thank
what
you.
that means.
Thank you. Maybe we need a word wall or something in the chambers. I don't know, a vocabulary lesson, but I understood clearly what it was. It's just really disheartening that nobody could tell us what a ratification is, or why this is a ratification. But, Mr. President, don't let me hold it up. I'm just gonna vote no.
And I agree. If you could, maybe during one of our committees, something we need to get, just a basic understanding of your process. Especially if we're going to be on the hook for voting and something comes up to be ratified, that means that we want to make sure we didn't skip anything.
And if I may say for the record that these items originate in the department. When it
Yes.
comes to legal, all we do is review and try to get it to before you all, so you all can make a decision.
Okay. All right, and you will come up with some legal terms and make sure we are fully abreast of all those.
Yes,
Thank you so much. Okay, so we have the item on the floor. Are there any other discussions? If not, all in favor? I'm sorry.
But this is just to accept grant funds, correct? The process
Yes.
that you've been through, you've been before council.
Yes.
Okay.
So, yes.
They had already
Approval
started
to
something
apply
before.
was given. I think this is just an order to accept the grant funds. So the period of acceptance of those grant funds started on June 15th. Factually, I can't say why we weren't here before June 15th. But ratification would take us back to June 15th to accept those grant award funds. And that's all we're doing right now.
Okay, let's move forward with this. Are there any more comments? Because again, I believe the council would be better served if we can get some explanations on this. And like you said, it's starting at the department level,
Yes, sir.
but once it gets to us, we need to fully understand it.
I understand.
And perhaps next time we can ask.
Can table till Friday.
Uh,
Maybe we can get the information by Friday.
Yeah, is there any? Well, we already have it on the floor. Let's go ahead and move ahead. Let's go ahead and vote on it. Are there any other comments or questions?
She's working on the information.
I think she gave it to us already.
She
gave
didn't
it.
say anything.
Mr. President, I encourage my fellow council members to vote in favor of accepting this $1 million.
Yeah, I kind of like $1 million too. Ms. Chelsea, if we could get some, have some further discussion so we can pass along some information to the council. So accepting the $1 million, if there are any reservations? Okay, let's
President,
vote.
Mr. President, I just want to be clear that I'm not against the $1 million,
I understand.
but I am against broken government and broken processes. That's what I'm against, and that's why my vote is going to be a resounding no today.
Okay, very well then. And I agree. We're going to try to have some more discussions, excuse me, we're going to have some discussions offline to
questions.
see how we can make this a little bit more easier, okay, and understandable. Okay, all in favor? Opposed? Abstain? Okay. Okay, next item, please.
Order authorizing mayor to terminate the management agreement with Metropolitan, formerly SP Plus Corporation. Oh,
Okay, that item was pulled.
order ratifying the procurement of event services provided for the city of Jackson doing business with the city, event held on December 11, 2025, and authorizing payment of the outstanding balance of invoice number 158965 to the Jackson Convention Complex.
So moved.
Second. It's been moved and properly second. Do
So
we
is
have any-
ratifying mean the same thing here?
We're going to put a word wall up next week, but, yeah, but I would still like to know, Mr. Foote.
Yes, legal, if you would, let's meet in my office tomorrow, and let's get some good explanations, so we can pass along to the council.
Mr. President, can we find out why this is a ratification, since it's on the floor?
Hello, Angela Brown, Planning and Development Director. Can
Yeah.
y'all hear me? So this one is from doing business with the city that was held last December. It is usually fully covered by grants and sponsorships that we received to put on this event. What happened was some additional services were approved outside what was received in grants at the time. The staff were waiting on additional grants to come in that never came through. And so I recently found out from JCC that we still owe this balance, which is why you see, I think it's about $1,600 that we continue to owe to complete out what the services we utilized in December.
Is there a particular reason why this was overlooked?
So I think staff was just waiting on additional sponsorships and just forgot to get it processed. But I think maybe last month, Cherie reached out to several departments for outstanding balances, and we had one.
Councilman Parkinson?
Thank you. I see here that the convention center complex did not charge us for the meeting space, which is great. We have a charge for food and beverage services, we have a charge for AV equipment, and we have a charge for event staffing, which all seems fair. You mentioned, so the total cost is $8,189 to have this event. The grant funds that you mentioned come from Central Mississippi Growth Foundation. They paid $6,844.60. That leaves a balance of a hair over $1,300. You mentioned, so if we knew we were going to get a grant for $6,844.60, why didn't we plan the event around spending no more than $6,844.60? I heard you mention that there was some additional costs, additional services needed to be added, but all I see are the food and beverage services, the AV equipment, and event staffing. So did we order more food at the last minute? Did we order fancier AV equipment? Why, if we knew that we were going to get $6,844.60 for this event, why didn't we just plan with that amount as our budget? Why did we spend over, and what were the additional services, if there were additional services?
Michael Davis, City of Jackson, Planning and Development. So the budget was laid out, and we had enough money to cover everything. An item as it relates to the AV and additional items were ordered that a staff person ordered that we were not initially aware of. We utilized the services and come to find out that that wasn't part of the budget. So as Ms. Brown stated, we were hoping for additional sponsorship to come in to pay for it. But
It's hard to get sponsors once the event has happened. Nobody wants to sponsor an event that already occurred. They can't put their name on it, et cetera. Can we dispute that charge? I mean, if they provided us the service, but we didn't, no one asked for it. I understand that we ended up using it.
No, it was asked for.
A city employee asked for it?
But it was, yeah.
Okay.
We yeah.
So I would just say we need to make sure that we understand, and nobody is ordering additional services without following the proper procedure. I mean, it's a low amount, lesson learned, we can move on. But yeah, it's just obviously that should not have happened.
And Mr. Davis, is it a lesson learned?
Yes,
Because
yes.
whenever we come back and to ratify some of these items that have already been spent, we really don't particularly like that. I mean, something's wrong in our system and we need to fix that. Has it been fixed?
It's been fixed. We had conversations internally, so this will not happen again. But I'm doing the business with the city. Look forward to seeing y'all this year.
And one other thing, hope is not a strategy. Hope is not a plan, especially when we're trying to get money from maybe donors. So let's just move forward. Okay, any
Mr.
more
President,
discussion?
Mr. President,
Yes.
there's an ordinance. Mike, this has nothing to do with you, okay? But if we can get the clerk, if we can indulge the clerk just a little bit to read this ordinance, please.
Whoever with intent to defraud the state or any department, agency, office, board, commission, county, municipality, or other subdivision of state or local government knowingly and willfully falsifies, conceals, or covers up by a trick, scheme, or device a material fact, or make any false, fictitious, or fraudulent statements or representations, or makes or uses any false writing or document knowing the same to contain any false, fictitious, or fraudulent statement or entry shall, upon conviction, be punished by a fine of not more than $10,000 or by imprisonment for not more than 5 years or by both such fine and imprisonment.
Thank you.
Mr. President.
Were there any other comments on that?
Mr. President,
Mr. Davidson.
I'd like to respond to the ordinance that was just read and assure this council that I have indeed read that ordinance and distributed that ordinance at directors' meetings and have asked directors to pass that ordinance down to their subordinates. So I appreciate the council calling the public's attention to that statute, but I want to assure this council, which has placed trust in me, that I have emphasized that same statute internally.
Thank you, Mr. Davidson. Any other comments? If not, all in favor? Opposed?
No.
Okay. Next item, please.
Order authorizing the mayor to execute a construction engineering and inspection services agreement with Mirrored Engineering Solutions LLC for the Shaw Road Bridge Rehabilitation Project.
So moved.
Oh, second.
Okay, it's been moved and probably second. Any comments?
To be fair, so much was swept into the consent agenda, I lost my
You
place.
lost
All
track
right,
of it.
we
Okay.
back now.
Okay.
And 36 per legal is tabled until Friday.
36 is table?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, we're still on this item. Okay, we're still on 37. Any comments? If not, all in favor? Opposed? Okay, it passes. Okay, next item, please.
Order accepting the bid of Hempfield Construction Company, Inc. for the Shaw Road Bridge Rehabilitation Project.
So move.
Second.
Y'all have to wait for me. I mean, it's an honor, but okay, sure.
It's been moved and properly second. Are there any questions or comments?
Thank y'all.
Welcome. If not, all in favor? Opposed? Okay.
Did Mr. Flitt oppose?
No,
Oh,
he said
okay.
that too fast.
It went up a little slow. Okay, we want to make sure. Thank you, sir.
The next item, please.
Order ratifying procurement of parts for in-house repairs to vehicles and equipment from Southern Hose and Gasket of Mississippi LLC and authorizing payment to said vendor from the Department of Public Works Municipal Garage.
So moved.
Second. Are there any questions or comments?
Mr. President, we had a little bit of a discussion on this yesterday. I don't know if we got a clear answer. Was there one incident that caused this? Was it a matter of receiving the invoices late? I know we mentioned it a little bit. Just if there was any more clarity on that.
Terry Williamson, Office of the City Attorney. These are older invoices, and sometimes what will happen, these are hoses and clamps for heavy equipment and trucks. And while, the process should be to either get, either put that on an LPO, and sometimes what will happen is they will be put on LPO, and I'm not sure if that's what happened with these, but that LPO doesn't get closed out. And so, these have been around for a while. And so if it doesn't get closed out, if it doesn't get paid, it gets closed out. And when that happens, there's not any way to actually, pay those at that time. And so with charges like this that could have been approved by the purchasing manager, and just because of a failure within our internal process at that time, those are the kinds of things that I'm comfortable bringing to the city council to ratify, because we know that we received the product and we used it on a city vehicle to get that city vehicle back in service.
Thank you.
Any other comments? If not, all in favor? Opposed? Okay, item passes. What item is next? 45.
Order authorizing mayor to execute a contract with Eves Law Firm LLC and Priester Law Firm PLLC to represent the city in litigation related to damages resulting from any lead sheath telecommunication cables installed or owned by the telecommunication companies, and authorizing the payment of fees associated with said matter.
So moved.
Second. It's been moved and properly second. Are there any discussions? If not, all in favor? Opposed? Okay, it passes. Next item, please.
Order ratifying payment for July 2026 for the property located at 2525 Robinson Road.
So moved.
Second. It's been moved and properly second. Is there any discussions? If not, all in favor? Opposed?
No.
Item 47.
Order reviewing and continuing August 29, 2022 state of emergency.
So moved.
A second. It's been moved and properly second. Is there any discussion? Not. All in favor? Opposed? Okay. Next item, please.
Order reviewing and continuing state of emergency.
So moved.
Second. It's been properly moved and second. Is there any discussions? Not. All in favor? Opposed? Okay. Item 49.
Order amending the fiscal year 2025-2026 municipal budget.
So moved.
Second.
Okay. It's been properly moved and seconded. Or is there any discussion? Okay. If not, all in favor?
No,
Oh, I'm sorry.
I turned my light on. I was, okay, I'm
Wait.
sorry.
Thank you.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, I've been looking through all this information we were given last, whenever that meeting was, previous meeting. And then also, some of the information we're given tonight with the actuals on here. And, the language here that, I'm still not convinced that we're gonna have a deficit, okay? That we're gonna end up with a deficit. In the language that the page 2 or 3 of the first handout that we got in the previous meeting, it says, whereas pursuant to Mississippi Code 21-35-25, when it appears during the fiscal year that collections of anticipated revenues from taxes and other sources will be less than the amount estimated and a deficit is thereby indicated, the governing authorities are required to revise and reduce budget appropriations to conform to the lower anticipated revenues. Okay, so we're required to, but I'm not convinced that we're going to have a deficit. That the numbers, I went over the numbers again and again and looked at them, and I mean, I think it's a very useful study, and you know, it's good to do this for preparation for the upcoming budget, which is going to be really important for us to do and do a thorough job of. But to revise the budget so dramatically at this point in time with 2 months left to go, to reduce it to make up a shortage of $22 million, I don't think we're going to have a deficit of $22 million. So
That's your
my
question. Okay. Councilman Parkinson, you head of the Finance Committee.
Yeah, I mean, I'll share a few things, and then I would invite Ms. Caldwell and Mr. Davidson to chime in as well. I'll share two things. The first is the Mississippi Code says, if it appears at any time during the current fiscal year, but not later than the regular July meeting of the Board of the Governing Authorities, that collections of anticipated revenues from taxes or other revenues will be less than the amount estimated, blah, 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 blah. We have to take action. Again, I'll reiterate, it says the regular July meeting, which means we can't, if we do this in September, if we do it in August, or if we do it in a special called meeting, that will open us up to a deficit on our audit. To answer the question of will we be at a shortfall, what I can say is we have projected that we will receive $135 million and some more. And our actuals, where we are right now, is we have $93 million. So unless we're going to get that much more money over the next 2 months, I think we will be we will not have all the revenues that we initially forecasted we would when we passed the budget by September 15th. And my personal interpretation of this Mississippi Code says that we are therefore required to amend the budget.
Let me, before you comment, Ms. Clay, I don't have any problem with saying that we're not going to get to 135. That's not I don't think we'll get to 135 million either. My point is the deficit is not the deficit to what was budgeted. In this case, it's how much you spend versus what you bring in. And so we're bringing in a lot less than 135 million, but we're also spending a lot less than 135 million too. So that's my issue, is that we're not getting, we didn't spend near the much because of personnel. I went and tried to calibrate or come up with all the places where were shortages. And if you look at the percentage of shortages that from the different categories in the end of this document, where it goes into expenditures, 36% of the $22 million is in personal services, which is payroll. Another 20% is in operating transfers, which I'm not sure what that is. 18% is other services and charges. I'm not sure what that 18% is either. Capital outlay, why that's in the general budget, I'm not sure, but that's 16% of the 22 million. Then supplies, materials, 5%, debt service, 1.9%, and grants and contingencies, 1.5%. But my point is that because of personnel services primarily, we're not anywhere near spending $135 million. And I'm not convinced that we've got a deficit. That's my point. But I'm glad we went through the exercise here.
Yes.
And we need to take this whole issue very, very seriously and look where our shortfalls are. But in some of the main categories, we're very, very close to what we budgeted.
Indeed.
According to the actuals here that Ms. Caldwell gave me today, the realty taxes, which is a big chunk, we're only about $1.5 million there, I think. Then personal taxes were a couple of million below there. Ad valorem taxes, automobiles very tight, and then the biggest one, or the pro rata sales tax, is below that. But our spending is way down too. Anyway,
Right.
that's my point.
Okay, Councilwoman Clay.
Okay, Mr. Foote, I appreciate you because that's what I've been saying the whole time. And it does say and deficit. And I appreciate you going through those categories. Those are the same categories the last 2 months we've been going through. Same items, same percentages. So no, we really don't have to do this. It's just us wanting to do this. And so we did a good job of getting ready for the new budget. I commend Mr. Teverson. He has done an excellent job of keeping the expenses down. The actuals were what we needed to see where we are. And we know that the numbers are correct on actuals, and so there's no reason to do this. And if the day passes us and we don't do this, it's not a big deal.
Okay, any other comments?
Well, I'll just say, even if that is true, that that as long as you promise to spend less, you don't have to amend the budget. Without amending the budget, there's nothing stopping the administration from spending what we've allocated towards.
No,
So this-
there is something, because we vote on claims. So we can stop them. That's what the power we've got. We don't have much power, but we do have the power of the purse.
But at that point, the items will have already been purchased.
No, not necessarily.
That's what claims are. Claims are paying for services rendered or items received.
We can still vote against them, though.
We absolutely can. I don't see.
It's the threat. It's the threat to vote against them that is the discipline, form of discipline on the administration.
Okay.
I think we'll be in the most prudent shape if we again, I'm looking at the code right now. Is if it appears that the collections of anticipated revenues from taxes will be less than the estimated amount. We know that it's going to be less than the estimated
No, it doesn't.
amount.
It says deficit. I think it says if it appears there's going to be a deficit.
Okay,
Last question, I want to
yes,
ask
go ahead,
nothing else.
There is a
Councilwoman Clay.
difference between deficit.
And I'm not being a devil's advocate. I'm just being what I need to know. The next 2 months, how much revenue do you think we're going to get from taxes, et cetera?
Jillian Caldwell, CFO. Our anticipated revenues for the next couple of months will be approximately $3 million.
3 million? So if we only have 95 and we only anticipating 3, that's 96. So no matter what, whether we do this or not, we still in the same situation because we're not at 112.
And the $3 million is for property taxes.
I said, how much money do you anticipate us getting?
Total revenues,
Mhm.
That could be approximately 6 million,
6 million? So 6 plus 93 is what?
99.
And we said 112.
You adopted a budget of 135 million.
I understand that, but we knew actuals were 112 at the time. So we still in the same shape in reality, right? 112 is not 99. That's all I'm
So
saying.
there is a deficit.
Yes.
So we need to pass this motion.
As far as the budget is concerned, yes.
Okay, let's go ahead and, council, any other questions and comments, please? Because we're going to bring this to a vote. Okay? All in favor? Opposed? Okay, so it failed. 4-3. Excuse me, what was the tally on that? 3-4, so therefore it does not pass. It failed. Okay. Next item, please.
Order ratifying and authorizing the mayor to execute a memorandum of understanding with the Mississippi Department of Health to provide cooling stations within the city of Jackson.
So moved.
Second. Is there any comments on this particular item? This cooling station was, actually, we're going back and doing an MOU. But the cooling station was provided to the police academy area. For several days, there were no one there. And so apparently arrangements had already been made, emergency situation by the mayor. And those folks at departments and, we're putting out the word. But we're going to return this to the Department of Health. I think it's for about a week, the MOU, the agreement. So we appreciate everyone involved.
Mr. President?
Yes.
I know she doesn't do anything for credit, but I just want to give a huge kudos to Councilwoman Tina Clay. Saturday, I had my own agenda going, but I got a phone call from her, and she let me know that she went herself to get those people out of that facility. And she took them to her church where they got food, and we worked together with Ms. Perline and Ms. Junior to help, and also Jill Buckley from Stewpot to get these folks housing, to get them food, get them cots, and to make them comfortable. And it was really eye-opening to me because one gentleman, he walked every day from Capitol Street to Pearl just to go to work. And so, especially dealing with the least of these, I understand that we have to be careful, but we also need to make sure we hold these property owners accountable, because nobody should have to live the way that these people were living. And so, again, I just want to thank Mrs. Clay. She jumped in. She made phone calls. In fact, I wish I had more resources than she had. But I just really appreciate her for that. And again, she doesn't do anything for credit, but no press has mentioned her or her efforts at all. And I think we need to make sure that we at least say thank you to her today. Thank you.
Mr. President?
Yes, Councilman Stokes.
Thank you. Mr. Davidson, what about our community centers? That used to be the cooling stations. Do we have any that's available that people could utilize? And I think we have some pictures from the clerk's office of those conditions. Have we passed them out yet, clerk? They sent us some pictures. Could you get them to all the council members?
What are these photos of?
I think the apartment complex over there.
Okay, just in doing some research, there are other apartments that have been abandoned and have squatters. And planning in the mayor's office is taking the lead. So again, what planning is doing, the planning department is calling up Entergy and calling Jackson Water and asking to work out some type of arrangements. So if we find out that the water or electricity is going to be cut off, then the city can go into action. These individuals, some individuals at this latest hotel had been there for months without any type of maintenance, without any type of help. And so we're going to do our due diligence to make sure that, we're responding to the needs of the citizens. And it's an unfortunate situation, but there are other apartments that we have to take to, that we have to tend to as well.
Can we
It's-
use
it's-
our community centers? Are they down? Do we?
One of the community centers was Shepherd Parks, and I think the Champion Gym is down for the AC, I believe. So that was normally used. But years ago, we used to have about 3 or 4
I agree.
buildings.
All of them down. But I don't know, I said before, months ago, we need bond issues.
And
to,
yeah.
Try to bring things up and everything.
And if not, the ideal of these cooling stations are these tents. Though they can be put in any ward. And I think what has happened is it was placed over in the middle, or in the middle of my ward. And we didn't have the population there that needed that effort. So, Councilwoman Clay, on behalf of the council, we appreciate all the efforts and planning, and the mayor's office and constituent service and human and cultural services. They're all working together to come up with a plan. We have to have a plan.
Well, it's simple, like you said some months ago, like the bad things in certain wards and all the good positive things in other wards. It should be shared.
Right.
Everybody need to have some of these.
And I agree. There's a lot of these services in Ward 5. And so one of the first things is we put a cooling tent in an area in Ward 5 where there's no population to respond. So if we in fact move forward with the cooling tents, they can be in any ward. And so we want to open this up as an opportunity for all council members to get involved. And once we come up with a plan and involved in the tents, hey, we're coming to your ward. Okay? All right.
I just want
come
to
in,
say,
please.
we want to thank Pipper with Animal Rescue. They rescued all the animals out there, and I want to thank everybody. It was not Tina Clay. I want to thank Mr. Jones, because had he not called Saturday morning, I wouldn't have gone back, or Kerry Robinson with St. Vincent de Paul. They all worked hand in hand, but the one thing that we all have to know is that it can happen to anybody in anybody's ward. So we just got to work together and treat people like they're people, and everything is going to work out positive for the city. This has been a positive experience for the whole city.
And certainly a learning experience. And I would like to thank Mr. Sherry and others that participated. We got to come up with the right plan. And if there's anyone that's paying attention out there, listening to a TV show, if you know of an apartment where people have been abandoned, please call our city, call the rental registration office, call code enforcement, community improvement. Let us know. There are other apartments with squatters in it. And a lot of times they're not sticking their heads up to say, here I am over here suffering. So if you are aware of it, please let someone know so we can be proactive. Sir.
Thank you, Mr. President. I'd just like to make a shout out to all the Animal Rescue League, animal rescuers. Most of them are ladies that work really hard and it's really passionate about saving pets and saving dogs and cats, and they work really hard at it. And we need to really, appreciate them for the work they do.
Thank you, Mr. Foote. Okay. Any other comments? If not, all in favor? Opposed?
Abstain.
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 Okay. Very well. Next item, please.
Council President Hartley, according to work session on yesterday, 51 will be tabled until.
Till Friday. That's correct. Okay. And now we're down to discussion items.
I'm gonna hold all those, Mr. President, mine.
You have 2, and we have a discussion, review, and continuation of COVID-19 local emergency. Did everyone receive?
I thought that.
Was that,
Nah.
someone want to speak to that? Mr. Tavis, you have any comments on that? No? Okay. All right, then our clerk of council.
It's reviewing, the COVID, and we've been doing it since COVID, I think.
Okay,
Just to
and
say
we're
that-
still required to do it.
Yes.
Very well then, thank you. Okay, next item then.
I don't think we were required to do it.
We're not required.
At one point, they were doing it till all the invoices got paid and stuff, right?
Yeah, I believe so.
I don't think it had anything to do with the invoices, I'm not sure, but I will get with legal. We normally do it at the end of the month of each, council meeting.
Mhm.
But I will get with legal to get an explanation on this.
Please do. Please advise us because we don't need it anymore. Let's take it off the agenda. Next item. The monthly, are we down to the monthly financial reports? Did everyone receive your monthly financial reports? Everybody got it? Good deal. Okay, and I guess we're down to announcements.
I got one, Mr. President.
Go right ahead, Councilman
Thank you.
Stokes.
Could we close the meeting in honor of Mr. Butler, Miss Lucy Crawford, Mr. Frank Stokes Sr., Mr. Carol McLaughlin, Mr. Thomas Edward Smith, Dr. Alexandria J. Holloway, and Mr. James Dawson Jr.
All right. Very
And I
well.
want to thank Ms. Tata, Channel 12, for helping us with the back-to-school parade, one of the parade marshals, and I want to thank all the people at Hill, Mississippi, Walter Kane, Jackson Public Schools, giving away school supplies and book bags, and today we had haircuts done, hair explosion by Mr. Jeffrey J. Robb, trying to make the young people feel comfortable going back to school. They're our future. We need to help them realize how important education is, and the way out of poverty is through education. Thank you.
Councilman Foote.
Thank you, Mr. President. I'd like to give a big shout out to Mr. Hibbett Neal, longtime Jackson resident, longtime founder of Neal Schaefer, one of the really great regional engineering firms. They have like 18 offices across the Southeast on the occasion of his 85th birthday.
Happy birthday, Mr. Hibbett. And they have offices overseas as well.
Wow.
Okay, let's see, did we have any executive session issues? None. Very well then. Well, folks, we're going to recess so we can come back and reconvene on Friday, July the 31st at 10 a.m. And so we're going to need a motion.
So moved.
And a second. It's been moved and second. All in favor? Opposed? Very good. Thank you so much for your attendance tonight. Appreciate everyone. We're recessing because we're going to come back on Friday.